Hello, and thank you for joining me. One day we were traveling, my brother-in-law and I, from Chendambuya, and along the way we saw kids traveling from school to their homes for long distances. And I said to my brother-in-law, life is so unfair. You see, these kids, they are traveling long distances, and when they get home, they have to do some chores like fetching wood, firewood, and fetching water from, again, distant places. And then during the night, it's a rural area, no electricity for lighting to study. But come year end, they are expected to sit for the same exams with kids in towns who have got home libraries, who are driven to and from school, and at home their parents can afford to have maids who do the house chores. All the kid has to do is just to study. They've got books, everything, resources they want, but they are sitting for the same exam with the kids who are disadvantaged, especially in the rural areas. My brother-in-law said, yes, it's true. Life is not fair. But who said it should be? For a moment, I paused and thought about what he had said. And I realized, for real, life is not fair, and it's never meant to be. So regardless of the fact that life is not fair, regardless of the fact that you are coming from a disadvantaged position, it does not mean you should then lag behind or use it as an excuse for you not to excel in whatever you are doing in life. The fact that life is not fair actually means those who are in underprivileged positions have to work harder than those who are in privileged positions for them to change the destiny of their futures. I reflected and reflected and reflected, checked on the lives of other people, checked on what I've read in various sources, books. In one of the books I've read of people who have come from disadvantaged positions is the Bible. The story of Jabez, the name itself meaning born in pain. He was born in pain and poverty. His mother named him Jabez just to reflect the difficulties that she experienced because of poverty and the pain. But Jabez did not accept the fact that his background was poor. His background was like underprivileged. Instead, he sought of ways to come out of that disadvantage, of that position of underprivilege. What he did was he called unto God whom he believed as his provision, as the author and finisher of his faith. He said to God, may you bless me and may you enlarge my territory. God answered and blessed Jabez. Now, he did not sit and mourn his life because of his background. He sought to change the way things were. He actually saw that his future cannot continue on the same path. And he made a decision to say, I'm going to change this, but how? I'm going to ask my Creator. I'm going to ask my God. He did this because he believed in God. Do you believe in God? If you do not, it's not too late to receive Jesus as your personal Savior and also have the chance like that Jabez had. Because God says for those who receive Jesus, he gave them the power to be called the children of God. So you can qualify to also call unto God to change your situation, not to continue in the same trajectory of disadvantage. But there are so many other examples in real life today, which we have seen with our own eyes and heard with our own ears. For instance, I'm so amazed and motivated and inspired by the story of one amazing girl, Maud Chifamba. She was born in a very disadvantaged circumstances. The remote areas of Midlands between Kwekwe and Gweru, raised by a step brother, didn't have enough resources. You know, she worked hard, had to jump classes, excelled at grade 7, but couldn't find, you know, money to go to secondary school. She had to homeschool. You know, when we say homeschool, it sounds romantic and rosy, but it was not the homeschooling that we know where you hire teachers. She had to do it on her own because she did not accept her circumstances of disadvantage, her circumstances of being one who is always being dragged down by the background. She passed her O's. Only at A level did she attract attention and then became a star at university, the youngest university student in Africa. Today she's a luminary. She's rubbing shoulders with the who's and who's in the academic field and elsewhere. She changed her destiny. She did not mourn the disadvantages of her background. She stood and changed her destiny. Another amazing example is that of Mike Chikumbutso. You can Google. Not well educated, a very disadvantaged background, but he has sought to conquer the world. Travels now in his own aeroplane, trotting the globe, mixing with the who's and who's in business. You can also do the same with your life. Your background, don't allow it to drag you down. Your circumstances, bad as they are today, don't allow them to determine your future. You can change it. It's in your hands. It's in your hands. Life is not fair. It will never be fair. But that's no reason for those who feel life is unfair, for them to wallow in poverty, to wallow in those circumstances forever. Seek to change your circumstances. Seek to better your life. Work harder if you are coming from a disadvantaged position, and you'll be surprised. You have the power to turn around your life. It's in your hands. It's in your hands. Thank you. That's my message for the day.